Okay, next up is going to be Gates of Thunder, Loner Book number 1, written by Alex Kosh. This is 465 pages, $3.99. It's available on Kindle Unlimited, and here's the author's description. Arktania is a virtual game in the steampunk style. It's a place where magic spells, enchanted artifacts, steam-powered machines, firearms, and mechanical golems are part of everyday life. Gamer Andrew Falk begins his journey in a small village on the border of Orcish territory. The locals are the keepers of many secrets, but their behavior is too realistic for characters in a game. So realistic, in fact, that Andrew starts to treat them as if they were real people. Maybe because of the way he plays, or maybe just thanks to good luck, he becomes one of a mysterious class of people known as Sliders, allowing him to control electricity and earn the favor of Elenia, the goddess of fate. But as he advances through levels, the pain threshold in his character setting gradually begins to drop, making the game increasingly more dangerous. Andrew is facing a hard choice, either to keep playing, risking eventual death by pain shock, or to abandon his game pod altogether. Still, his digital adventures won't let him go, immersing him ever deeper into VR. Okay, full disclosure, I received advance copy for review. I purchased a copy when it became available. This is a Russian translated novel, and tonally, I think it reminds me a lot of the first book in the Way the Shaman series, which is one of my favorite stories. It's an uncomplex slice of life adventure with a guy who just got this top of the line gear VR rig and plays around in the best virtual reality game. You follow his adventures as he goes to his starter town, gets hints about his character randomly generated background, fights monsters, does quests, and defends the town from a player invasion from a rival MMO faction. There are hints about some creepy real-world implications for his broken trait, and the end definitely does that Russian LitRPG thing where it has this last-minute twist that keeps you guessing about potential plot changes. But mostly it's just a fun adventure in an MMO world with a main character. It is an easy read. I burned through this in it's just one sitting, and it's enjoyable. I had a really good time with it. It gets a score of 7.7 out of 10. And again, it's like I said, it's not a heavy story. It is mostly just like follow the main character as he goes through these adventures and tries to figure out things and has quests and interacts with NPC characters that feel like real people. And it doesn't have to be complicated to be enjoyable. It doesn't have to have like a super heavy plotline. Like there are definitely hints, like a lot of Russian liberty stories that are translated have this kind of thing where like the first book is kind of light, and then as the story develops, the plot gets a little heavier. You seem to get like these real world effects, so like these heavier twists and maybe some development for guilds and other PvP stuff. And this one is starting out that way again. I think talking to some Russian readers and some Russian publishers, publisher of this book in particular, is like, oh, this is like one of the oldest and the first LitRPG stories in Russia. And so a lot of the stories that came out, even though they were translated and published in the United States or in English first, kind of pull from this kind of story to some degree, apparently. And so I can definitely see the influences of those things. So had a good time with it. If you're looking for something just fun and casual and not particularly serious, I think this is a good read. Gets a score of 7.7 out of 10 for me. That's Gates of Thunder, Loner Book number 1, with a score of 7.7 out of 10.